Hi, guys and gals. Al Smith here. In the last lesson, we talked about what you need in order to open one heart or one spade in the third seed. In this lesson, we're going to talk about the requirements to open one heart or one spade in the fourth seed. Yes, opening in the third and fourth seed have different requirements, just like both of those have different requirements than first or second seed. Remember, three basic bidding systems: first and second seed, third seed, and fourth seed. Let's talk about what the goals are and what we want to try to achieve with the fourth seed open. Well, first and foremost, is we want to control the auction. We don't want to open if we think the opponents are going to be able to overcall, enter the auction, and win the contract and make a bid. Okay, this is especially true when you're considering opening one heart. And we'll talk about the specifics of this more later. But if you open one heart and you have shortness in spades, it's highly probable that the opponents have a bid in spades and will overcall one spade and perhaps be able to compete and win the contract at two spades. So be aware of that. The second and equally important goal is to look for a possible fit to make game. Okay, remember, making game or slam is always our primary objective. Okay, and the third is if we do decide to open the auction with a hand that is not strong enough to investigate game, we want to do so at a level where we are in essence preempting and obstructing the opponents from entering the bid. For example, if we can open two spades as a weak bid, very improbable that the opponents will be able to enter the auction at the three level, since they both passed at their first opportunity to bid. Let's look at the basic structure of the fourth seed open. You can open at the one level, the two level, the three level, or the four level. Okay, the purpose of opening one heart or one spade is to explore game, and you generally only want to do this with 13 plus points. Opening at the two level is a preemptive bid, where you've made the decision that there's no possibility for game. And you really only want to do this in those situations where you're pretty sure you can buy the contract. For example, opening two spades, two hearts isn't as good, or that you need a really good score and in a team event or a match point event to make up for some bad hands. Okay, the purpose of opening at the two level is to obstruct the opponent's ability to enter the auction. The three and the four level are not preemptive bids. These are used to show strong hands. The three level shows a 6+ suit with 16 and 19 length points. The four level shows both a solid suit. You're in control of that suit. You said, partner, I don't care what you've got in that suit. I've got control of it, and 19 plus points. And you can bid the four level because you're going to assume that the outstanding points are split between your partner and the two opponents evenly. So if you've got 19, there's 21 out. That means that there's 7 in each hand. 19 plus 7 is equal to 26, which should be sufficient to make game. Okay, there are two characteristics of the two hand types that you do not want to open one heart or one spade in fourth seed. The first is what is traditionally just a weak hand. You've got 5+ hearts or spades, and you've got 5+ hearts with a single to avoid the spades and minimum points, minimum being 12 or 13 points. Okay, the reason you don't want to open this is that the odds are the opponents have a fit in spades and can enter the auction, and then it's a toss-up as to who gets the contract and whether the contract gets made. A 0 is much better than a minus score. Okay, you do not want to use lead directing bids in fourth seat. Doesn't matter whether it's hearts, spades, clubs, or diamonds, but especially you don't want to do it in hearts and spades. All right, let's look at the specifics as it relates to opening in spades. Okay, with one at the end, I'm going to be real nitpicky here in trying to define the exact requirements because it's what's paramount is agreeing with your partner. What are the requirements of your opening bid in all of the seats in all of the suits? Okay, that forms the foundation of the bidding system. Without a good understanding and agreement of that, everything else is built on sand. Okay, so if you're going to open at the one level, okay, there are two different shapes that two different hand types that you want to open one spade. One is 6+ spades, 13 to 15 length points. All right, we're going to constrain the upper limit here because we're going to use 3 spades to show a stronger hand, or 5+ spades from 13 to really 21. Okay. And because we have a larger range with 5+ cards, 5+ cards, than 6, because we want to be able to differentiate between a 5-card suit and a 6+ card suit. Okay, and we're also going to require that the opener meet the rule of 22. We want to be able to guarantee a minimum offensive and defensive strength. So those are the requirements for the one level. Okay, and just to look at this a little bit more, if you open with 13 points, your partner will generally have a maximum of 11. Okay, 11 plus 13 is 24. That's less than 25. Generally not enough for game. So why did we include 13? We included 13 so that you can use bridge judgment to say, hey, if I've got a nice feature here, a singleton or void or a second strong suit where my partner might have the right cards, I'm going to open at one spade and leave room to explore the game. The 2 level is purely a preemptive bid. Okay, it's 5+ spades, less than or equal to 13 lane points, where the 2, 3, 4 result is greater than or equal to 2. Okay, we could have 5, 6, 7 card suit here, but not be strong enough to open one spade. No possibility of game. So what we want to do is shut the opponents down by bidding 2 spades. We're going to use the 3-spade bid and the 4-spade bid to show strong hands. Okay, with the 3 level, we're going to use this to show 6+ spades and 16 to 18 points with 2, 3, 4 value greater than equal to 3. Okay, and what this does is a very strong invite for our business partner to bid 4 spades. If we're strong enough with the solid suit 19+ points, we're just going to simply bid 4 spades ourselves. Now, hearts is pretty much the same as spades, except for opening at the 1 level. It's going to be the same all the way through, but what we're going to do is we're going to add another requirement. We're going to add the rule of 15. And why are we doing this? Because we want to have the capability of evaluating our ability to control the auction, specifically the situation if we open one heart and the opponents overcall one spade. We want to be in control of the auction. So what the rule of 15 does is allows us to evaluate our strength in relationship to the spades with points and the spade suit to determine whether we can open the 1 level, or if we don't meet the rule of 15, then we're going to open at the 2 level. Okay, so the 2 level, the 3 level, and the 4 level is the same. Okay, let's look at some examples here. Okay, this first example, we've got not vulnerable versus not vulnerable. Remember, we're always going to be using 2, 3, 4 to evaluate whether it's safe to open and what level it's safe to open to. Okay, in this first one, we've got 10 high card points, 1 lane points. So we've got 11 lane points. Okay, what's 11? And let's look at 2, 3, 4. It says it's safe for us to open at up to the 3 level. Okay, cool. Does that mean we want to open at the 3 level? No, we do not want to open 3 level. Remember, we're in 4C. Okay, and we only open the 3 level in the other seats if we've got a 6+ card suit. So what are we going to do here? Let's evaluate our hand in terms of this quick trick strength. We've got 1, 1.5, 2. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to preempt 2 spades. Okay. We have a very good possibility of making 2 spades. Okay, now if we look at this, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 losers. Okay, now I actually would probably not open this hand 2 spades unless I need a good score. Okay, if it's in a team game and we're ahead, I'm not opening this hand at all. I'm passing it out. If we're behind, I'm opening 2 spades because we need a good score. I want to jump in there, bid 2 spades, hopefully steal the contract, make 110, and get a good score and win the match. Okay, so I'm only with this hand, I'm only going to do it if I need a good score. Let's look at the next hand here. Now we've got a stronger hand. I've got 15 plus length points in this hand. Both of us are not vulnerable. Okay, let's look at the 2, 3, 4. It says that I could open this hand safely up to the 4 level. Yeah, remember, this is just it's a measurement to determine the how safe it is to open. So we're really safe by opening at 1 level. Now, if we look at this hand, we got 15. If our partner's got 11, that's 26, more than enough per game. Okay, and we've got 3.5 quick tricks, so we've got a strong hand here. Okay, and we actually have a second biddable suit here in terms of hearts. So we've got kind of a natural hand for exploring game. So we want to be able to explore game here. So game's possible. We're going to open 1 spade. Okay, so you can see here, no possibility for game, possibility for game. Let's look at this one here. Okay, this is a little bit different. We've got 6 spades. We've got 10, 12 length points. Again, we've got a weaker hand. All right, got a weaker hand. 12 plus 11 is what? 23, not enough for game. Okay, let's want to determine whether it's safe to open. Okay, look at the 2, 3, 4. Our result comes out to be 3. Not vulnerable versus not vulnerable is equal vulnerability. So the B factor is 3. So the result is 3. So it's safe. Okay, we've got 2 quick tricks, so we've got a pretty strong hand that for 12 points. What we're going to do is we're going to preempt 2 spades. Remember, 3 spades, even though we could preempt in another seat the 3 spades, we can't in 4th seat because the 3 spade bid is used to show a strong hand. Let's take a look at this hand. This one's kind of weird. I shouldn't say weird, it's normal. All bridge hands to me are weird. They all have special characteristics. So we've got 13 length points, right on the cusp of whether we want to explore a game or not. But let's look at this hand. If our partner has 7 points, the king of hearts and the ace of diamonds, we might be able to make 4 hearts without breaking a sweat. If they have, let's say, the queen of hearts too, we might actually be able to make slam. This is one of those really great hands because this shape has a lot of potential. Okay, now if we look at this in terms of 2, 3, 4, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 losers. We've got not vulnerable, so we've got, it says we can actually open this hand safely up to the 6th level. We're not going to do that though. It's just that, remember, this is an artificial safety measure. Okay, now we've got 2 quick tricks, so it does meet the rule of 22. However, because this is hearts, we've got 10 high card points, 0 spades, and the rule of 15 only evaluates out to 10. Okay, we're not even close to meeting the rule of 15. However, because we've got this great second feature, the strong diamond suit, the shape of this hand, we're going to ignore the requirement to meet the rule of 15. And what we're going to do, we're going to open one heart, plan to bid 2 hearts, and then bid 3 diamonds. Okay, what's the purpose of this example? It says the only absolute rule in bridge is there's no absolute rules. So use bridge judgment to evaluate the strength of your hand and make the correct bidding decision. Let's look at this example here. It's kind of similar to the last one, right? Okay, we've got weaker though. We only have 10 length points. Okay, and we evaluate it out, and our 2, 3, 4 comes out to 3. You can see how 2, 3, 4 helps us evaluate the overall strength of the hand. The 6 here says, hey, this is a really strong hand. 3 says, hey, it's not quite as good. Okay, does it meet the rule of 22? No. Okay, that's one big negative here. Does it meet the rule of 15? No. So we're going to use our bridge judgment here and say, yeah, the rules apply here. So what we're going to do is we're going to preempt 2 hearts. Now, let's think about this again, this hand. I'm only going to preempt 2 hearts if I need a good score, if I need a swing score in a team event or in a match point play. Otherwise, I'm going to pass this hand, okay? Only going to bid 2 hearts if I need a good score, because why? The odds are the opponents have a fit in spades. If they've got a fit in spades and they overcall, if I bid open 1 heart and they overcall 1 spade and they go 2 spades, what do I do now? Now I'm staying in the auction, I got to bid 3 diamonds or 3 hearts, and there's no guarantee that my partner is going to have a fit for me. So I'm going to pass this if I don't need a good score. If I'm ahead, I'm passing. Okay, let's look at this hand here. All right, we've got 14 length points. Okay, we definitely have some potential for a game here if our partner has the right value. So let's look at this here. 2, 3, 4, got equal, we've got unfavorable vulnerability. So the B factor is only 2. It says it's safe to open this hand at the 2 level. Now, okay, so we've got 14 points. Okay, we've got 3.5 quick tricks. Okay, remember, if you're going to counting quick tricks, if it's in the trump suit, you count 3. 1, 2, 3, and a half for diamonds, 3.5. So we meet the rule of 22. Okay, we don't meet the rule of 15. So what we want to do here, even though we're right on that borderline, is we're going to preempt with this hand 2 hearts. Okay, and because it makes it much more difficult for the opponents to enter the auction, and we do have a good hand. Okay, there are some that would argue that we should open this hand 1 heart and hope that our partner can show us support and by making a jury bid. But that's kind of a toss-up. It's it's if you got a coin, flip it. But in this one, I would probably foresee I'm probably going to open 2 hearts because it gives me a better chance of stealing the auction. Let's look at this hand next example here. In this one, we've got 17 length points. So how many points does our partner need to have? They need to have 8 distribution points for us to be probably being able to make game. So what we want to do is let's look at the 2, 3, 4. The result is going to be 3. Remember, this is not vulnerable versus not vulnerable with B factors equal to 2. So we're going to bid. We've got 3.5 quick tricks. What we doesn't meet the rule of 15, but the rule of 15 doesn't apply in relationship to opening at the 3 level. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to bid 3 hearts. Notice that this is an alert. And the reason it's alert is because we're telling our partner something very specific and different from being a preemptive bid. We're saying, hey, partner, I've got 6+ hearts, 16 to 18 points, bid game if you've got support for me. Let's look at this next one here. In this one here, we've got 19 length points. So we've got a much stronger hand here. Okay, and the 2, 3, 4 evaluates out to 4. We've got 3.5 quick tricks again. But we do not have a solid suit. So we don't want to open this hand at the 4 level because we don't have a solid suit. We can't control the spade suit. We could have 2 quick lose the king, queen of spades. So what we're going to do is bid 3 spades and invite our partner to go to game. All right, in this next example, that's pretty much the same, except now we've got 20 points. We've got the same 2, 3, 4 shows we can bid safely to the 4 level. We have 4 quick tricks. It's a little bit stronger, but the real difference between the hand is we've got a solid spade suit. Okay, because we've got a solid spade suit, we really don't care what our partner has in spades, because we're planning on leading the ace, king, queen, drawing all the trumps, and then making the contract. So what we're going to do is open this hand 4 spades. Okay, that takes care of the lesson for today. The most important thing that I want to stress is that you need to have a strong agreement and understanding between you and your partner as to the requirements for making an open bid in any suit. It's the foundation of the bidding system. Take your time, make sure you understand what the opening bid means and what your agreement is. I hope you have a great day. Send me an email if you got questions or corrections. Thank you very much.